Hello. Welcome back to Snekburd. So last episode, I think we kind of split up our attention in the two levels between Star 2 and Star 5. I will say I know how to solve Star 2 now. It's a very funny story that I do. Uh because I was actually going to ask the creator, whose name by the way I actually still I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce. In my head I always call this person like Worksy. I'm not sure if you know, like the name is spelled WERXZY. So in my head I keep saying Worksy. And hopefully that's right. Hopefully I'm not too far off. Anyway, I was attempting to ask them about the solution for Star 2, which I will actually enter now just to show you. This one. And the funny thing is, they asked me for a screenshot of my progress so far, which I did, and I tried to recreate the exact shape. I recreate the exact shape that I had in the last episode, right? But for some reason, that shape was not the shape that I was looking for, but it was a working solution. So I think, yeah, I'll show you both, the shape that fails and the shape that works. The shape that fails, I think, looks a bit like this. So it requires you to sort of like finagle yourself around a little. Something like this. Hold on. And obviously this won't work. Because the snake goes into the hole. However, I think in the past I said if I could fold this thing down a little bit, it might actually work. And so rather than doing this, it might be better if you did something like this. And that apparently seems to work. For some God knows what reason. Seems to work. This exact shape, I believe. So what happens here is, I think we already kind of sorted this out in the previous episode. This happens. You can actually come down here, and it does look like you're stuck for a bit, but by moving here, you can actually free yourself. And this freeing yourself is actually very, very free. You can free yourself by a lot if you want to. And that's it. That's the entire puzzle. That was it. And I got that shape completely by accident while attempting to ask for a hint. So there you go, that's 4 out of 5 star levels done, meaning we are exactly 1 level away from the void. I know there's a level in the void itself, not sure entirely how that's gonna play out, but I think it's kinda interesting now that we have 1 level there and then 1 level to go. So this is gonna be a very, very linear process from here on out. So yeah, 47 was done I think last episode or 2 episodes ago. Then we did 2 today. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do 5 today. I'm gonna stare it again. I did ask them, Worksy, how I would make progress here. The hint in the website said something about a P shape. I think I did mention this, but I have no idea what a P shape is. I'm gonna quote Worksy on this, that the P shape that the red bird will be in should be pretty distinct. And that kind of confuses me, because a distinct P shape is very vague, right? Like, look, I can show you that a P shape could look like this. That's a P shape. In fact, that's a very distinct P shape, because that is actually how you would draw the letter P. So, distinct? Sure. Not like a P, what is it? A P pentomino. A P pentomino is a lot less P-shaped. P-shaped. So yeah, apparently, somehow, this P shape is meant to be extremely distinct. I think I did play around with the idea of doing this before. This does give you your P shape, but of course, how are you gonna do anything from here on out? I don't see anything you could do from here. Like, this doesn't work either, clearly. So what would a P shape look like? I did try something like this. That's a little less like a P shape. I would say this looks nothing like a P shape. In fact, it looks a lot less like a P shape than something like this. That's actually a P shape. This also could be a P shape, but I think the distinctness of a P shape is that it's actually the letter P, so it's not rotated in any way. It's also possible that it's just a P shape that is rotated. Although if it were rotated, I would at least hope the clue writer, whose name I actually never said either, but I would at least hope the clue writer, you know, would have changed their orientation as well. Maybe call it like the lowercase b or d or q, based on what orientation it's in. Anyway, I'm therefore assuming that this shape is necessary or in somewhat relevant. This could also be relevant if you're talking about a Q. I'm not entirely sure how I'm meant to interpret the phrase P shape or distinctness of said P shape. Meaning that I'm not once again stuck, right? I think I am. So to get back to the left, it will be in a P shape. To get back to the right, it will be in a shape with the same outline rotated 180 degrees. See, the fact that it's rotated 180 degrees, well, doesn't necessarily say that the P shape. Okay. I don't know. Let's think about it. Why would a shape like this be useful? How's he ever being useful? I could theoretically also posit that a shape like this could be a distinct P shape, because this also is actually how you would draw a P shape, right? So like, see, the problem is that, like, I kind of want to drop a little bit, but I can't drop at all here unless I'm a bit higher up. At this point, I can't really draw said P shape anymore. So it's like a P shape like this, but I kind of don't want it to wrap around itself at the end. Also, why would this P shape even help? Maybe it's not meant to look like this, but more like this. But then how would that help? I mean, yeah, that's a P shape. Oh! That's a P shape. Okay. We're making some progress. In fact, this P shape greatly helps in having this be a good solution. Look at that. There you go. Saved it. So that's what that P shape means. It is not how you drew a P, but it is a pretty distinct P shape. I will agree that this P shape is distinct. Okay. Why did I never come across this solution before? That's really weird. But very good to have this finally done. Now I did I do want to figure this out myself as to how I get to the other side of this. Because we're not apparently we're not done yet. And I can see why we're not done yet. Can definitely see why we're not done yet. Okay. So let's see if I can maybe try. Ooh, let's not do that. Okay. Let's see if I can try and save green from here. The problem is that green can't really fall at all. Unless red is alive. I think red has to at least look like this for green to be able to fall. And that's kind of a nuisance a little. If I were to use the hint that was given to me... Oh, clearly that's not gonna work. But I need to use the same P shape, but... Oh, but it is well, that's not gonna work. They say with the same P shape rotated 180 degrees, and 180 degrees of this is a D shape. That's a D shape. Oh, and I could maybe push like this? That looks good. Yes, in fact, I can actually do this because of parity. And we might be saved at this point, hopefully. Well, I say that. Okay, let's see. I really don't want to go back there. Save me. Okay, I think we're close. That's not very close looking. Okay, it's fine. Is this okay? This is not okay at all. Jeez, what am I making here? What shape am I making? Yeah, what shape am I making? Hold on. Am I doing things right here? This is very finicky. Okay. So this definitely felt right. Like this thing here. Oof. Okay, well, it's fine. I can climb like this. This is kind of scary. I don't like that quite as much. Okay, but this looks maybe okay. Yeah, that seems definitely fine. It's fine. Green can survive. Yes, this actually works. There you go. I think we're done. Just a little bit of finagling at the end, just to save it all. But hey, that means that, like, wow, we did this really quickly. What do we get? We got a void. Okay. It's time to do this, isn't it? Alright, what does the void look like? Whoa. Oh, the void is its own world. And there's this thing. Oh, we're not close to done. Jeez, okay. I kinda really like this design though. It's a bunch of circles put together. Also, are these not in the right order? W, X, Z, Y? Why? Why? Okay. I guess we'll look through them. What is this? Why are these birds? Why do they look like this? Why do they look like this? I don't know. Can I turn off the grid? Maybe they look better without the grid. They definitely do look better without the grid. I think there's a grid kind of messing with it. Okay, so W. It looks like we're kind of very stuck. Is this the original state of the level? It is. So definitely looks like red somehow wants to get down there, but cannot. Unless maybe held up by... Yeah, I think so. Okay, I really do want to turn on the grid. So let's have the grid back on. There you go. So... I think it's kind of interesting. I believe I do want like this L shape. Like this. So I definitely want... I think I want to swap places with This is not good. Okay, hold on. I want to swap places with yellow. But the spikes are kind of annoying because I can't fall at all. But like, I can't move up here because I'm stuck doing this for now. Maybe a push is necessary? I want to see how that would help at all. In fact, I think I get really nowhere doing this. The problem is I always fall up by one doing that. I don't know if I can avoid that or not. Like, this always falls because I no longer step on the thing there. So like, if I'm somehow able to, you know... Okay. So this doesn't work. Any movement... So like, unless I can form some sort of like elevation maybe? If I could only staircase upwards, if I could move up and left here, that would be very nice. Because that would allow me to fall by one. But in this case, it's not possible. Is there any point where this push is necessary? This push is death. This is death. None of these pushes seem very useful. Is there any point maybe I could have... Oh, yes, there is. At this point. or even earlier, I could have pushed in the other direction. I think being pushed in the other direction is good. Yes, because now I can perform this staircase. And this staircase does in fact... Well, it allows me to 4x1. So, it lets me 4x1 doing that. But because my body segment is there, how will I climb onto yellow doing this? Like, yellow has to sort of stand here, and like there's kind of no real way for... Okay. I mean, I could just... I mean, I feel like we're doing the exact same thing here. This is death. This is death. This is also death, actually. This feels a lot less like death, but it's possibly still death. Oh. Okay, that's a move. Right, because my tail gets out of the way just enough so I can push the thing down. Wow, now that's something. Okay, I don't think we're done yet, but I could probably push off here and then... Yeah, this definitely is something. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Suppose I did something like this now. Maybe I did... I can't push right here. I can see why that's the case. Okay, do it here. That's interesting. But definitely not gonna work out at this point. Right, this probably would have worked better on the other side. So if I could flip this whole thing around, I think I'll be fine. Maybe. Okay, I can 4x1. I can afford a 4x1 here. But even a 4x1 here doesn't seem to be very good for me. Like, how do I save myself from this situation? The platform provided by yellow really only goes so far. It only takes up the 3 spaces right above the block and the spikes. That's how far yellow can reach. So maybe this move wasn't the best move. Maybe if I could pull this off in the other direction. So, wanted this, right? Could I pull this off in the other direction? I think the answer is probably yes. Okay. Okay, so this is as good as it gets for this at this point. To flip this around. No. Okay, to flip this around, how would I have had to have done it? I don't know how I would have done it if I had to flip this around. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Because if I did something like this, we were kind of forced to do this, I'm pretty sure. So like, I don't know if this is savable or not. This doesn't look very savable. Yeah. I don't like that fall, but I don't know how else I'd save myself here. Like, perhaps if I could, you know, pull off something like this. Although it definitely does not look right. No, not even close. I don't know how going down will help me. Staying up seems to be the best idea. But I know time and again I've been proven wrong about that statement. So So yeah, the reason why I wanted this entire thing to happen in the first place was to get red on top of green yellow, but clearly it can't survive there. Although, yeah, thinking about it, right? Having this exact setup, but backwards, seems to be a lot more useful. Because I could just move like this from the other side. Yeah. And that move will kind of look like this. This L shape is the one I want but flipped. So I do want this setup flipped. Okay. So how will I do that? I think it starts from here. Right? Because this was pushed from here. But this involves like a down movement. Maybe it's still fine. Maybe if I did... It's like this, but kind of up backwards. Maybe that's fine. Maybe I can pull that off. Oops. I do really want to pull that off, though. I'm not sure if it could have been done. Maybe it had to be from the very beginning. But this shape was kind of forced. Like, at the very beginning, you're already forced to do this kind of shape. Also, like... Yeah. Yellow is horribly stuck unless I change it. So it's only after this point that I'm able to do anything that, you know, is significantly the solution. Everything else is just forced. So after this point, how would I flip this structure? Is this the only structure that works? I believe a structure like this would also work. As long as I'm able to like... Oh no, that's not right. Yeah. A structure like this would also work. Although it's kind of hard to pull off because... How would I flip this? Like that? Ooh, okay. I can see things happening. That would flip the entire structure. Wait, no, it just repeats the structure. Oh. Well, we found a repeating cycle. That's cool. This doesn't move me anywhere, but like, at least it looks like I'm inching along in some way. But no, this doesn't bring me anywhere. If I actually wanted to flip this, I would have needed to have gone down and then moved to the right. So like, it's like after doing this, I need to be able to move right here, but I can't. So it's clearly not it. Okay, I find it kind of interesting that maybe I could do something like I pushed you over. I wonder if it's possible to have you... okay. So let's say I did this. No. This? Yes, maybe? Okay. So the shape I kind of wanted was... this shape. I wanted to be able to pull off something... how do I describe it? It's like kind of like this. I want this sort of shape. So that it can be pushed upwards. But I want this shape to be on Red's head at this point. Okay. So I think at this point I could have done that. Yes, I could have done this. I push up now and I can do stuff while green is situated there. The reason why it has to look like this is because... well, it's because of something. I've made that shape rotated 180 degrees. Okay, I think I've done something. That's not fine actually. Okay. Yeah, I fall a bit much here. It looks like the start to something very promising though. Like the reason why this kind of looked good, but though it isn't. Oh, it barely just does not hook onto itself. Alright, that's not gonna work. Okay, the reason why this looked good is just because it seems to start a reverse of like the shape that I want. Right? But no. The problem is that the tail is always gonna be there below my head. So like if I wanted to start that shape, it kinda has to be like this. Or does it? Because this won't do anything. Okay, this did not help a single bit. Hold on. Because now I can't do anything here. I could perhaps try and survive by standing like this. Maybe this is actually fine. It looks less and less fine, see, because... Yeah, if I could pull off this shape, and I could free yellow, which I cannot at the moment. Yellow kind of has to be upside down here. So it's like yellow has to be upside down here, but it cannot. It can only be upside down here, which is as close as it gets. Ah, so close. But like, if yellow did anything else, it would just get stuck. Or it would fall over. Yeah, it would just fall over. It would have nothing else to stand on. So the next goal is to get this vertical shape with yellow facing down. Like this. Which is why I thought that at this point it would have been fine. Which is why I thought this was good. But it turns out it's not, because my own tail kind of blocks me in. Right. I can't push down now. No, can't push right at all. Could I have changed this in any way? But it looks like this segment below yellow's head currently is necessary. It has to be there. Unless it were somewhere else. Unless it were like here. But if it were there and red's head was here, then the puzzle would have been solved a long time ago. How do I get this vertical thing? Doesn't look right at all. I'm just doing the same thing again. Right? Yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing again. Okay. So again, I want to flip this thing. Yeah, I want to do this, but from the other side. Was it legitimately not possible? Oh my goodness, it really doesn't seem... This seems... interesting. But like we started... How do we start? We started with the head on the floor, right? If I want to rotate this... If I want to horizontally flip this... For the head to be on the floor... Then the tail to be up there... No, it would look a lot better like... A shape like... Is it this? Could this be useful at all? No, I don't think it would be useful at all. Ah, yellow. Why do you have to be like this? Yeah, it definitely looks like I either need a segment here or a segment here. And one of them feels detrimental, the other one isn't possible unless the puzzle is already solved beforehand. Okay. interesting ideas. Interesting ideas. I definitely feel the idea of like, well, going up here doesn't look good at all. Even though theoretically, you know, it's doable, it doesn't help anyone. If only yellow were flipped. How do I do that? How does yellow flip itself? It's like I want a segment here. Oops. That's what this is, right? That's a segment. And this segment lets me do this, but I'm stuck. Yeah, just completely stuck. Because I can't move down or up here, I have to go this way. And I think doing this is just really bad in general. Yeah. So close. So close. Ah, look at this. This puts Snake on the wrong spots. This doesn't help. Yeah, this is really bad. Why do I feel so close and yet not close enough? How do I do anything from here? This looks so unfortunate. Yeah, no, any push there is just bad. I don't know why I haven't tried that. I don't think any push in that direction is good. I can't push down here. That's so frustrating that I can't do that. I really would like to do that though. Like this is the best I can do. Right? Because I have to move here. So maybe something else can happen? Well, it's symmetric from this side. Except it's not because I can pull this off. So it's like I can do the exact same thing, but it's just the wrong orientation. It feels obnoxiously close. Obnoxiously close. What am I even saying? Yeah, that's not gonna help. I did this. Ooh, See, the problem now is that I can't even turn upside down. If I do turn upside down, then I don't actually get anywhere close. I need the head to be down there.